two teams. You know, you have the Marcy coming out again. Big, like you say, big burst here with that jump in potential. So Bet Boom, they have a lot of gap close with the Mirana, with the the OD, with the Astral Imprisonment. We'll see how this one's going to go, guys. But before we jump into it, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB.
请做好开战准备。
Сейчас поиграем. Сейчас поиграем.
Coming through, and as we get into it, as we get ourselves in now, Bet Boom again. I was talking about the gap close, the potential just being able to get on top of this Drow Ranger. How are you fancying Navi's chances?
I'd say less than in the previous game. That's what I want to say. Yeah, I think they do have a shot, but I like their draft more in the previous game because there's a lot of little things that can be exploited by Bet Boom. We have good protection of the Drow. That is the case. But also, if she gets caught, you're in trouble. You won't have any damage. So all of those things come to mind as something that Bet Boom can exploit. And we know if these guys see a weakness, they're definitely gonna go for it.
Okay, and Pure, he's going to be using a little bit of regen to come through here. Obviously, he got jumps on there in just in the early part of the game, but overall, how do you expect the lane to go for this Marcy? Because he's going to be grouping up with, I assume it's going to be the Mirana. So are you looking for the Tide to get in the Marcy's face, or does the Tide need to, because you were talking about it, because Tide wants to be up close. How much of a risk is it going to be trying to get into the Marcy's face here in the lane?
It's always gonna be a risk, but it depends on the lane control. Overall, Pure is gonna be okay, right? But it comes down to Toronto Tokyo. He bought 6 tangos because he knows he wants to get all of the hate from the Skyret mage to himself, and then wait for like level 3-4 when Pure gets a couple of points in sidekick, and then you use it. Toronto Tokyo gets sidekick, Pure gets sidekick, and you do have decent attack speed on these two to actually apply the damage. So I think early stages of the laning phase are going to be passive and trading, and Toronto Tokyo is probably going to try to get more of the damage going towards him.
Okay, well, we'll see on the top lane as well. Nightfall coming through. He's already taking some of these frost shots coming out from the Drow Ranger as he tries to get the last hits in. Malady, though, there is going to be the Nether Blast coming through from Save, so even if he can't come in close with the Dragon Knight, there is going to be ways to secure those range creeps here with a Nether Blast, a Breathe Fire once it comes out as well. I assume at level 2. Went for the Dragon Tail at level 1 here onto Nightfall, and maybe just to try and around the runes here, trying to contest onto those, get those stuns off, but we'll be able to get the deny here as well. You can see the odds coming through. Navi from EGB, not too far off Bet Boom, but obviously Bet Boom, once again, the clear favorites coming into the second game.
Yeah, overall, the Dragon Knight, you start off with the Dragon Tail because it lasts for so long that you can sometimes get even 2 denies with it. On a side lane, it's a lot harder to make it happen, but it seems like Nightfall, he did want it more than, let's say, the Dragon's Blood, but you're gonna need that Dragon's Blood if you want to continue laning here.
Yeah, and yeah, he's picking that up at level 2, it looks like. So Save, if he needs to, he can secure those range creeps with the blast. What else does he want to go towards? Level 2, so it is going to be the Crepify coming out, just to mess with, I guess, just to mess with Shigetsu's last hit in, if he gets in range with it there. If the creeps aren't getting denied anyway, because it looks like Save, Nightfall having a good time with that. Bottom lane, Malik getting low on life here, and you can see that Mirana going for the build that, yeah, no, completely ignoring the arrow. This was the build that we've seen last tour as well, where you go for the points into the Starstone, 1 point into the leap, 1 point into the arrow, and then maybe 3 into the Starstone, just to really build up that burst down shit from the Mirana.
And you want the leap here also just for the extra attack speed with the sidekick. That's also one of the main reasons that you want to make sure that there's you want to be in the enemy's face, so the arrow doesn't really make sense, especially in the safe lane. Off lane Miranas or position 4 Miranas are more likely to go for a sacred arrow. In the safe lane, it's just not that useful.
So are you expecting then Toronto Tokyo just to babysit Pure in this lane, or does he wait for Pure to hit level 6 and then look for the rotations into the mid, or is it just generally just defend your carry at all costs?
You're defending your carry here in this lane for sure. You would love to rotate because Astral is one of the great setups for an arrow, but you're probably going to get the arrow on level 4, and at that point already some rotations are happening. So overall, you're going to play the laning phase for as long as needed with Pure.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, GPK in the mid lane here as well. He's taking a bit of for us, being able to pull the creeps back. But top lane, there is a bit of a war going on here. Marty coming up against Save, and Save just keeps dropping these blasts. But Nightfall, every time he comes forward, Shigetsu's just going to be coming out with the Frost Arrows. And Nightfall at level 3. Let's see here if the Dragon Knight goes for the second point into the Dragon Blood and really needs that regen. Yeah, he needs that extra protection coming through because Shigetsu, every time, he's making him look like a pincushion with the amount of arrows that he's throwing into it.
Yeah, but that's gonna be it in terms of Dragon Blood. I think Nightfall is an aggressive player, and usually he won't be getting more than that.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on the skill build here from the Dragon Knight to see what he wants to build into. Bottom lane now, again, Tide. He's going to get low. Does he go down? He does, and it's going to be Pure that picks it up. Mirana is going to go down in return. Daniel gets the kill.
He had sticks. Maybe he wanted to die. My only kind of idea there is he wanted to die, didn't want to use the sticks. But in my mind, it looked like he was baiting the Skywrath Mage to come closer, and they kill him as well. But very weird decision from Toronto Tokyo not to pop the sticks.
Yeah, no, I get it. He wants to get a quick because the core is already dead. So, like you said in the last game, if you die to a position 4, especially as the position 5 support, and you just get yourself a full reset without having to use any regen, it's not like the TP is too long in that now as well. The dispose comes out. Daniel can get himself away from this one. There's gonna be the silence, but the right click's coming through. Do they get the vision in time to get the kill onto the Skywrath? Skywrath in the trees. There's gonna be a leap in, one more right click, and it's gonna be Toronto Tokyo that picks it up. Really nice kill there once again in the safe lane here from Pure and Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, just a beautiful leap there, because he leaped right on top of him. You couldn't have known. He could have ran towards the bottom there, but he probably... Okay, this guy wants to juke me, so let's just leap in, and he easily finds himself a kill.
Yeah, while that's going on, there's a lot of frost onto the Undyne in the top lane, but you can see here, Pure Toronto Tokyo just looking to run this lane. The Marcy at the top of the net worth. Malady will go down on the top lane. Save takes him down, but it looks like they might be able to get the fight. The double silence coming through here from Daniel, but can he carry on going on to Malik? Malik trying to get himself away. Shigetsu so close to going down to save, but with Nightfall not being there, Shigetsu was able to get the kill onto the Pugna.
He got a kill on the Undying, and he put the Drow Ranger in a wheelchair, so he's gonna be more than happy, especially with the Dragon Knight just farming next to his tower. Look at how he's getting close to him, and yeah, Drow now gets a healing salve, but that's a lot of gold and a lot of victory for this Pugna.
Yeah, and you can see that Shigetsu had to move himself away. Nightfall has that 1 point now into the Breathe Fire, and Shigetsu was... maybe if there was, an extra right click or so, was in range of going down there. So, like you said, Shigetsu just has to back himself away from the farm. Noljul gonna take one of those Nether Blasts to the face. Save, though, does help GPK to secure the rune, and a haste stream comes out. But I guess this is just to take it away from the Pangolier, because GPK going right back into the lane to farm, not really taking advantage of that haste in any form.
Well, they're losing the lanes heavily here, Navi. Only the Drow lane is going well, and she's not going to be able to stay in this lane for long. At some point, you're going to have to move. So Navi, they're going to have to bring this Spango. It's just a no-brainer. He has to go towards the top lane, probably, and then the Meteor Hammer in the mid lane will come into place. It's gonna be tough for Navi in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, and Malik on the bottom lane again. There's going to be the gush here onto Pure, but Pure just stacking up the damage now. Does he want to go? The sidekick is already out here, so the right click damage of Malik. Malik is taking a whole lot of punishment coming through from the Marcy, and let's see. I mean, Marcy building into it. Looks like the broadsword goal to come out. Has he got anything flying out to him already? Or anything queued up? No, it is just gonna be the broadsword here, but that extra damage to stack up, especially when you start to get the unleash out here in the quick succession, that damage, it's like when you get a PA, you're not building into the battle fury, you do go for the broadsword and the claymore first, just because it works, synergizes so well with your ultimate.
Yeah, he is not really using all that much mana. He has the infused raindrops, so he's gonna have the mana regen somewhat there, and with the sticks, he's gonna be more than fine. And the tread switch, so he probably doesn't feel like he needs perseverance here to work with.
No, and we see mid lane here, Noljul taking some harass. He actually used the Royal Thunder. GPK coming in with that Meteor Hammer, so he is going to start to slowly work down this mid lane tower here. With the stack being contested as well, Save comes in, Shigetsu's going to get really down low. The TP in from the Skywrath. Can we do anything here, though? It's Nightfall again. Can just try and back himself away, though. Malady's going to dive in. Can he get the damage onto the Dragon Knight? Dragon Knight trying to get himself away from this. A couple more right clicks with the Gratify. It stops those right clicks coming through from the Drow Ranger, and they do get the kill onto the Dragon Knight, but Malik will fall in the bottom lane and save. He turns it around, he gets the kill, and he takes down the Drow Ranger, and it's just going to be an absolute great trade here for Bedboom. Even if save goes down, you've delayed the Drow Ranger from getting the next, you know, what, 30 seconds worth of farm. Just putting Pure on a little bit of a fast track here in his lane, and he even gets the kill onto the Tide. So doing really well and yeah, on track for that Claymore, not too far away.
I was surprised the Dragon Knight didn't TP back to the base when he got decrepified. I think he could have done it, but Nightfall probably thought, okay, if I try to TP and die, it's gonna be pretty bad. So he just goes with something that he feels like it's gonna be good enough. But the big thing in this game is that Bedboom have gotten the mid lane tower down. The Pango is being destroyed. He's using the defensive Rolling Thunder just to survive. It is a complete disaster for Melojul.
Yeah, on this one occasion, on this, you know, particular instance, I don't mind the Meteor Hammer because it was the kit, you know, it's in the OD kit anyway. So, yeah, this game, I'll allow it.
Okay, Rob, thank you. I think GPK is gonna be very happy that you allowed him to buy Meteor Hammer, and it's going well for him. He only has 2 points in Astral, and I guess now it's enough. 2 points in Astral, Meteor Hammer, and it connects.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a chase down. The Silence comes out here, but Toronto Tokyo, the arrow is going to connect. So as soon as that Silence comes off, there's the actual imprisonment. And GPK, he drops the Silence into the Eclipse, gets the kill onto the Pango. That was just, it was a great bait, mate. Rates it 8 out of 8.
Yeah, he just comes next to the cliff, so he knows if the Rolling Thunder is used, he's gonna be getting down the cliff and everything is fine. If it's not used, well, yeah, we saw it on our screen. Then you get the kill. So Melojul, we talked about his Pango and how good he is on it. Well, Bedboom making it look easy to deal with him.
Yeah, now Pure, they're able to stack up onto Malik now as well. Malik was that Dispose, the Unleash comes out, Dispose back, and they're just going to give another kill over to Pure. The extra damage again, going for that Battle Fury with the Broadsword, with the Claymore, stacking up with that Unleash, and now he's going to be able to farm, maybe even to look to solo pressure this tier 1 tower as well. Oh, okay, just back himself up and help on the creeps in the jungle.
Navi need to bring heroes and kill GPK. If he continues to play in this area with Toronto Tokyo constantly behind him, it's gonna be a disaster. 2 heroes, we saw it, it's not enough. Maybe with a level 6 on the Skywrath Mage it might be, but you need to bring more heroes there. This OD has to die. If he stays here for another 2-3 minutes, the gold lead might become insurmountable.
Yeah, and this is the thing, there's going to be the Moonlight Shadow coming out now as well, Nightfall. They've got the Drain onto the Pugna, so save. Their entire kit is looking to come online here. They get the ward down. Maybe not, no, it's not arranged, so they're not going to be able to get the D-ward, but that ward will be ticking out momentarily. And you can see that Melojul and Danielle, they're going to try and smoke up and look for something, but GP just continues to put this mid lane pressure on, and he's already started to put some damage onto that tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Look at that, it's about a third of its health, or isn't health down here. Toronto Tokyo going to be able to get the leap away from Melojul, and at least he should be able to get the D-ward. Yeah, the D-ward comes in.
The Bedroom, they scanned that smoke. That was the reveal of the Mystic Flare, and Navi don't even get that. It's just... I thought it was gonna be tough from like minute 6 to minute 10, but it turned out even worse, and now it's gonna be continuing to go that way. I'm looking at them, and this Pango really needs to make plays. Skywrath Mage also, but you don't have that classic stun hero who's gonna enable the Skywrath Mage. It's just so tough to play Dota right now if you're Navi.
Yeah, and you can see the battle lines being drawn up on the side of Bedboom. Toronto Tokyo, he wants to make another move towards Malik. He wants to get, you know, maybe another kill onto Pure. While that's going on, the Dragon forms up for Nightfall on the top lane, looking to put the pressure onto this tier 1 tower. See what they're going to be able to do. Did they take it down? Because there's fortification available here on the side of Navi, but they do want to protect this tower here for the Drow Ranger for a little bit. But you've got the 2 heroes in, you know, on the map outside of the OD that can take towers fairly quickly. The Dragon form, as well as that Nether Blast coming out from Save, and this tower, well, after the pause, should fall.
I don't think you use the glyph right now, because during these 5 minutes downtime, and it's not going to refresh right now because the mid lane tower already fell. During these 5 minutes downtime of the glyph, with the next dragon form, they could apply some damage to your tier 2. You cannot allow yourself to have to always TP to the top lane without at least wasting 30 seconds of Bedboom by killing their creep wave. So yeah, I don't think you use the glyph here.
No. And yeah, it will go down. Nightfall being able to pick that one. What's he going for in terms of fighting towards that Blink Dagger after the bracer? So yeah, there's going to be that gap close, the Initiate to come out to set up for the rest of the Bedboom to follow up. Wasn't really expecting anything else, seeing as the Meteor Hammer does come to the OD. So the Blink Dagger on Nightfall makes complete sense. But while this is happening, though, you can see that Navi shifting 4 heroes towards this bottom lane, wanted to take this tier 1 tower and kind of even things up. But the way it's going here, you see that Marcy, I think that might be the full. It is the Perseverance coming out. That's the Battle Fury here. Pure 12, nearly 13 minutes in here for Pure. Has that Battle Fury as well for power treads.
And look at Toki in his positioning. He knew that when they come towards that mid tower, that there is bottom tower, that there is a chance for them to be transitioning into the mid lane or maybe trying to kill the Marcy. And he wants to make sure that this Battle Fury does get used quite nicely here, farming the jungle. So he's putting himself up there. He immediately plants down a ward. So you did lose a tower, but you're still controlling the area that you want to control with the Marcy. Bedboom are just playing really nice and clean though right now. They're not being pressured, you know, to be fair, but they're doing everything right on the side of Bedboom.
Yeah, and we can see the GPK looking for that extra farm, going straight towards his BKB. So he wants to be able to get himself in. You'll be unstoppable when he's channeling that Meteor Hammer and taking buildings. And again, he's put some pressure onto that tier 2 tower in the mid lane already. At what point do you think here Boom are going to be looking to group up? I mean, the Moonlight Shadow's coming out. They might be looking to group up, get an objective out of their own here. And Nightfall, does he have that blink dagger available? He does. So if he finds the vision, they might be able to get a quick kill onto one of Navi's heroes here around this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, nice read from Navi. They're gonna know that something is up with the side lanes not being touched by Bedboom, who have been very much active on those getting farmed. They do dodge the smoke, and now they can go for a smoke themselves. This is a really nice move from Navi, just a little bit too slow.
Smoke coming out from Navi. Let's see what they can do with this. I mean,
Blink on Tide.
Yeah, that could be a really good opening, seeing as the BKBs aren't out just yet. GPK, I think, is the closest. Pure as well, going towards his. Is that the Ograx? It is. Ograx coming in for Pure. But let's see what they're going to do. I mean, Smoke, okay, they don't really get anything from this.
Oh, you have this time until their BKBs. Once BKBs come out, Navi can just type GG. That's how their lineup works, because the only one that's going to be doing damage is the Drow Ranger, and we already talked about the ineffectiveness, let's say, against the Dragon Knight in particular. So I really want them to put the foot on the gas right now, or this game could get out of control quickly.
Yeah, and we'll see here. I mean, again, we're going to be the pause. The go when ready is called, so Navi, they are ready to get themselves back into it. And we've not really spoken about a whole lot about the Pangli. The Pangli are going to be going towards the Diffusal Blade here. But item-wise or net worth-wise, look at how far he is behind GPK in terms of mid-lane gold. You know, what's that? Nearly 2.5k behind the OD, and the OD's just having a great time, not really being pressured in. In fact, all the pressure in the mid lane seems to come from Bedboom's side. Oh, hurry, either. We may have lost Hurry. But yeah, looking through here, Nightfall, I mean, Pure, again, he's just getting the free farm. He's finding that time, he's finding the space. With the 4 points into the sidekick as well with this Battle Fury, he's just going to be cleaning up camps incredibly quickly. Has the broom handle as well for the extra attack range. You know, a little bit of extra damage. The armor is going to be really nice for him there, though. So let's see what they can do here, because Navi, they are pressured into this mid lane onto the tower, and fortification is going to be used. So are Bedboom going to try and defend this?
烈焰上塔正受到攻击，天辉中塔正受到攻
We'll
击。
see what they want to do. So the T1 tower is going to go down for free.
烈焰上塔正受到攻击。
As Module up on the top lane, save,
烈焰下塔
backing
正
himself
受
away
到
from
攻
this, yeah,
击。
hiding himself in the tree. He's going to go for the TP away, and we'll see how they can do it. I mean, the bottom lane is pushing out, so, you know, Nightfall and Toronto, Tokyo, they have this time, they have the space, they're not being contested into this, and they're going to be able to get this out. I mean, the catapult's going to be able to get this out. Toronto, Tokyo, just in case they need it. Yeah, the brief fire comes out just to help push in. Fortification will be used, but this catapult should still be there when the fortification goes down, so it buys a bit of time for Navi to move themselves over, but this tier 1 tower will still go down here. Yeah, Nightfall even coming in with dragon form just to make sure he gets the tower, make sure it does go down, and it looks like the rotation over from the Drow Ranger from the Undying, it's just so the Undying gets the protection for the Drow Ranger in case there's any funny business from the side of Bet Boom. It's tied. Is he looking? Well, there is going to be the Moonlight Shadow coming through here. So Bet Boom. Did he get the jump in? Did he get the stun off? Because tied. Malik's already moving himself away. Going towards... Is that a Heaven's Harbour? It is. It's Heaven's Harbour. So he wants the soaring, but he does want that Heaven's Harbour as well. To try and slow down and stop the Marcy. Marcy, Pure, only the recipe away from the BKB. This is going to be massive when he gets it up. I think that's the timing as well, where once the BKBs are up from the side of Bet Boom, that they are going to start to look towards these fights. GPK, not too far away from his now as well, only about 300 gold. So we'll see if Navi, if this window, you have the ward down. Did they actually see Toronto, Tokyo now as well? Toronto, Tokyo, he's going to see 3 heroes, he'll be silenced up as well. They have the damage, they're going to be able to get the kill onto the Mirana. Mirana going to go down, no contest there. GPK just moves himself, he doesn't have a TP. Actually, is it coming through? It isn't. So it's going to be Mirana's Courage just moving around the back, and GPK has to get himself through these trees to get himself away from the 4 or 5 heroes from Navi grouping up. We're looking towards that Roche pit, but maybe not committing here as the Drow Ranger just goes right back towards farming that mid lane. While this is going on, saving Nightfall, just grouping up, looking to get the push down, put some pressure onto the tier 2s. GPK, again with the Meteor Hammer, he's about 75 gold away from having the full BKB. Pure, not that far behind either. A little bit further, but only about 600 gold. And with this Battle Fury, you know, with the Unleash coming through that he's using it to farm, won't be too far away from this BKB at all. It will be a free Roche cell going the way if she gets it with this double damage doing here and now as well. No contest from Bet Boom onto this because they do want these BKB timings. As you get to, just TPs up to the top lane, trying to defend this tier 2. It takes a little bit of pressure. Nightfall with the blink. Again, Aegis on the Drow Ranger. Double damage room here as well, so I don't think save. I don't think Nightfall commit onto it. Even with Pure being fairly close. Yeah, you can see the odds coming out here from EGB. Close to 1. Close to clean here for Bet Boom. Meanwhile, Navi, nearly 6 to 1 odds coming out from EGB. So Bet Boom, they are, even though there's not a lot in it, 20 minutes into this game, you know, 7 to 5 and a 5k net worth lead here for Bet Boom. There's not a great deal of confidence, I want to say, in Navi. Maybe they do pull it back. Stranger things have happened here, but at the minute, Bet Boom, they're just finding all of their items and not really being pressured by the side of Navi. Yeah, so that's Pure's BKB now as well. I wonder if they wait for the Dragon Knights, because Dragon Knight... But then you kind of fall into that kind of, you know, waiting for the next item and waiting for the next item and waiting for the next item. You know, while you wait for the Dragon Knight's BKB, why aren't you waiting for, like, the Aghanims or the Blink Dagger for OD? So they do make the choice now as well. They want to make a rotation. They want to make something happen. They're buying the space for Pure on this top lane. As the smoke comes through, they're going to be able to get themselves in. The blink comes out. Scarrath Mage is going to be the one locked down. Melody with the one with Thunder, but GPK, he's holding on to that BKB. Do they want to try and follow up? They might even be able to go into the Drow. Whereas that blink Nightfall is going to be revealed here. Blink Dagger up in a couple of seconds to get the Dragon Tail stun onto the Undying. Yeah. Dazzle's Imprisonment comes out. The Meteor Hammer drops, and so should Malady, really. But Drow Ranger at least will be able to get that TP away. As the mech picked up for Toronto, Tokyo. So is it going to be the Greaves? It looks like it is going to be the Greaves here for the Mirana. No, it has those regen boots. So maybe just a clean mech. Later on, you could do. As the gem goes back to the Mirana here now as well. Oh, Boots of Burn wouldn't be too bad here now as well. Is that something that the Mirana might go towards? I would really like to see them.
Yeah.
Bottom tier 2 going to be taking some harass. Shigetsu looking for the farm. Still has that Aegis for another 2 minutes or so. Going into the Hurricane Pike. Well, has the Hurricane Pike. Grouping up with the rest of the team, so they are playing to protect around the Drow Ranger, just looking to take over areas to make it more comfortable for Drows to farm up in. It's going to be the Lincoln, so the Drow Ranger, there's going to be a really nice ravage coming through. The GPK, can he get himself out alive? Pops out BKB, trying to walk himself out of this, but the right clicks coming out from Shigetsu. No, he gets himself up onto the high ground. Mal might be the turn and chase, yeah. Pop this Aegis. Tombstone has been dropped. Toronto Tokyo trying to leave himself away from this one. Nightfall. Can he get the jump onto Shigetsu? Shigetsu, the BKB from Pure, the Drain. Pure will be able to get the kill, even taking down this Tombstone now as well. With the Unleash, they might even be able to go for more. The TP, did he stop it? No, they don't. Nightfall didn't have the mana. Or the stick was on cooldown, so he didn't have the mana for the Dragon Tail, and it was just, they saw him, but they knew there was no way they could stop him to get that TP out. For at least Melajul will be able to get out alive, but they do get the kill onto the Drow Ranger. A really nice pickup there. As the BKBs were used. Double damage rune as well. Pure probably goes to pick that one up. Module, how's he looking? I mean, he's got that diffusal blade up, but the BKBs are starting to come through now as well, so Boom aren't really going to be scared about turning and fighting here. Marcy wants to go towards the... Oh, Shigetsu. What's he got? Yeah, it's going to be the Lincolns first, Shigetsu, so it's not even going to be the BKB for him, but yeah. Marcy, Nullifier queued up as well. And Malik, this Ravage is down for the next minute, just over a minute here, and Boom, they know that timing. They want to try and make something happen with it. To the 3-man smoke in. Dragon form comes out. What are they looking for? GPK as well here. Double damage rune will be wearing off. GPK wants to go towards that Hex. Pure just moving through the die triangle, just uncontested. And they have the wards down. You look at the protection on the map. Look at it. They have the cliff ward just below where the tier 3 towers come out from the die base. And then the one just in the river as well. Just see any wraparounds coming through here. And that Shadow's going to wall himself wide open when he gets stood up onto the Drow. The Drow Ranger. Hammer gets dropped. The BKB's come out. Now Malik going to get himself away from this one. Trying to walk himself out. The save going to be there now as well. The right click damage coming through. GPK picks that one up. And even Pure on the back lines gets the kill onto Malik. Onto Malik's courier. Daniel goes down. And this tier 2 tower probably won't be lasting for very much longer. You can see that even Pure TPing up, trying to get the most out of this Unleash. TPing himself up to the top lane, you know, stopping the push in from the Pangolier onto that tier 1 tower. Pangolier wants to go towards the Basher. Melajul though, it's going to be a ways away. It's going to be a while this Basher before it comes out for the Pango. Meanwhile, OD wants to go towards the Hex, and again, if you can break the Lincolns with it on this coming out on the Drow Ranger, or even with the Astral Imprisonment, you know, anything like that, maybe even the Drain coming out from the Pugna, and you follow up with no BKB on the Drow Ranger, just going to be susceptible to the Astrals, to the Hexes, the follow-ups with the Meteor Hammers. And yeah, OD, he has the blink already, so a second gap close to come through, a second initiation tool. Ravage is up though. If he can find a jump here, Nightfall is going to be able to get the jump in. They take down the Undying, but the Rolling Thunder comes through. And the Dragon Knight, no, he's pushing the low ground. You get this arm, Nightfall. Melajul comes down to that low ground there as well with the shield crash. But just going to use the rest of the Rolling Thunder to get himself away. The blink, Pure, he couldn't get the dispose off onto Malik, and Malik was able to get that blink away. Has the Heaven's Halberd now as well completed. The Gust comes out onto the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight can get himself away. Gust and Gush. Mystic Flare, but there's going to be the Force Staff now away, and no. Pure, he tried to get the jump onto Shigetsu, but they're going to have to settle for Daniel. But again, Marcy has the BKB going towards the Nullifier. This is going to get harder and harder for Shigetsu, who's just stalled out in terms of net worth. You look at it, he's going to be about 4k behind the Drow Ranger altogether. They get the stun to Melajul, and he follows the arrow connects now as well. The damage, the right clicks, and Nightfall. They take down Melajul, no questions asked from the side of Navi about that pickoff. No, GPK, Pure though, they're going to be able to make this dive. They might be able to get the kill onto Malady once again. Save with the Drain onto the Drow Ranger. Look at how quickly it's just ripping through his life. The silence comes out. Shigetsu gets out alive. Pure though, maybe looking for that next jump in. The blink dagger. No, okay. Backs himself away. They can go back to Warden if you want to, and Pure. In this ancient stack, not going to be too far away now. Sacred Relic about 150 gold away, and then into the full Nullifier. Gold-wise, completion, about 1,000 gold here for the Marcy
受到攻击，
before it is up. Nightfall going to be healed back up. Roche at least 7 seconds away. Let's see, big man. How long before he's back in his pit? The BKBs are back up in the Marcy now as well as the Dragon Knight and the OD, so they can make something happen here. Toronto, Tokyo, Malady. Is he going to be the one walking in? Is he going to be able to get himself anything from this? It looks like Moonlight Shadow. Did he look for the re-engage here? Marcy on the back line, so they want to go for the jump. Malaki's got that Ravage, but they know the touching. There's going to be the blink in now as well. The ghost comes out. He's got that BKB and Nightfall. They get the drain. There's going to be the Ravage, but Nightfall, he just carries on going, and Malady will go down. Backline stunned on to save, but it looks like Pure, he wants to jump in. Gets to kill onto Danielle. She gets to only just get himself away from this one. GPK, he finds him behind the trees to get the stun onto the Tidehunter. Tidehunter gonna get himself away. Malik Arrow, it will connect. He knocks himself, turns right back into it. The body comes out. Pure setting up. There's the hammer. And they're even going to be able to get the scroll to keep Malik in it. And Malik will go down here. 4 heroes dead. Boom, absolutely clean it up. Roche will be a minute and 20 away. Oh, Meljul. Is it going to be a full team wipe here? He has to get himself away with a
天
swashbuckle.
辉中塔正受到攻击，
Meljul, he doesn't even get himself up to the high ground. Anything to stop this though. Save, nothing to disrupt the TP.
Oh, kalma lang kalma. Relax
烈
lang.
焰上塔正受到攻击，
Oh, kalma lang kalma.
So-
Relax lang. Relax lang.
Bad Boom taking a really good fight here. You see the swing coming through. The damage done was just, you know, stacking up from GPK as well as Pure. Just finding these kills. They're making it look easier at the minute, Bad Boom. Bad Boom 20 and 5, or 22-5 in terms of kills, 28 minutes in, and Roshan 32 seconds away. By the time the BKBs are back up, you have 12 seconds here for Marcy, 10 seconds for GPK, Nightfall 5 seconds away, and the Drow Ranger still doesn't have that Lincoln Sphere, so it just keeps getting jumped on, keeps getting locked down, and keeps getting picked off. You're gonna go about being picked off. He should be able to get the kill in GPK, yeah, pops his BKB, but they take down Malady. And now Pure with the TP in, they get the vision with the ward, and but jump Pure. Dispose comes out, gets himself right on top of the Scarith. Scarith, one more right click. In fact, Nightfall does get with the Breathe Fire. They're looking for the Drow Ranger again. Roshan is back up. So the big man in his pit. What can they do here? 2 heroes dead on the side of Navi. They're even going to be able to claim this outpost. And it looks like they should be able to take this one, yeah. If Nightfall dips his head into the pit. God, he's not even that far away from his Ags as well. Only about 600, 700 gold from completing here on the Dragon Knight Ags. Save. Malik, he's looking for farm again. The Helven's Halberd, but I don't know it's been that effective. I don't even know if he's been able to get it off. Or if he's just been controlling these fights with the BKBs coming out early there as well. So it's a good idea in theory, but the Tidehunter just not being able to get the full potential of this Helven's Halberd. Shigetsu just continuing to look for the Lincolns, and he's already kind of committed. Yeah, he's got the recipe, got the ultimate orb. He's about 15 gold away from finding it, so that's gonna be nice for the next fight, but it's whether it's gonna be enough, because he have so many things that break it on the side of Beppu. Nightfall does show this with the Rolling Thunder coming in now as well, but it just gives, with the multi-shot coming through from the Drow Ranger, it just sets up, you know, it gives him the time, and that's when it comes out, the Pure gets the kill to Shigetsu now as well, so Malady is going to be the next one to fall, surely, as the dive comes through. Daniel gets taken down, the hammer gets dropped, and he get the kill, even take down Malik, and once again, Meljul, the only one left alive. It's just going to be GG's being called. Bear Boom, take this in 30 minutes. Absolutely won it right here, 26-5 here. Navi, no way back into it, and you can see that because it took so long for the Drow Ranger looking for the Lincoln Sphere, he didn't get any great item timings, and Batboon just kept taking advantage of the pressure putting onto Navi. There was nothing they could do about it. So if we take a look at the scoreboard, net worth-wise, 12k on Shigetsu. Meanwhile, Pure closer to 20 here now as well. 9-0 and 7 on the Marcy. Toronto, Tokyo sitting with a hell of a lot of assists. 22 assists here to his name. In fact, GPK didn't go down for a second time as well. Nightfall, unfortunately, did die. So, not good.